So, this is CasualTeaDrinker. He's in the Ohio with damage control party modification 1. Damage control mod... is that... Yeah. Oh, that's kind of funny. Damage control party and then this damage control system. Okay, modification 1. Secondaries, propulsion, concealment, and sniper artillery. So, here's the interesting thing about this. We talked about this in King of the Sea. With your commander skills, yep, I knew it. This is like a full damage spec Ohio, which is great, except you are running the risk of, you know, dying and getting focused. DCP mod 1 is fantastic in American battleships because of the extra uptime for DCP. This gives it plus 40%. Now, oh, Nightfly, thank you for the resub, dude. You don't have the skill, but I'll tell you, look at this, 30.8 seconds of immunity. 30.8 seconds of immunity.
Advice and skills. Great streams always.
This is what messes a lot of CV double drops up.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't count for 30 seconds. I don't assume an American battleship is running it.
No.
Maybe I should, but I don't.
No, but you're absolutely right. So that's the point, right? Because that means you can DCP and you're immune for 30.8 seconds. You can't be set on fire or flood again, as Grunty says. A carrier that might come back and drop on you a second time, they're not going to get that fire or flood on you because your DCP is still active. That's very sexy. Repair party is your other consumable, sure, and then you've got spotting aircraft, makes sense. I see the comment that a full damage spec would be a rate of fire mod. I disagree with you respectfully, Cthulhu, because in my opinion, any American battleship that can take artillery plotting room modification 2 needs to take it. The increase in accuracy far outweighs the increase in DPM because you're actually hitting your shells. So I feel like this is all the damage is what you're looking for, especially during King of the Sea.
Well, I mean, more importantly, too, you're talking about a 4x2 setup instead of a 4x3.
Yes.
There's one exception.
You need your shots to hit.
Uh-huh. What's the exception, Grunty?
I'd bet I can get away with not taking it.
Okay. Yes. Arkansas Beta can get away with not taking it. That is true. Because it's a tier 4 battleship.
Why are we seal clubbing at tier 4 again?
Because it's fun.
It is fun, especially when you make it secondary spec. I have no idea about this.
Just ask that. I went on a cruise one game and just yeeted everything because I went on a cruise because I had more range.
He did. Can confirm.
Yeah, but SAS had probably more fun.
Yeah, maybe. It's debatable. Alright, so CasualTeaDrinker. I'm guessing you're running a special captain here. It doesn't really matter too much. Actually, it does. So the Doze and Halsey both get bonus to gunfeeder. You are, okay, and grease the gears, right? And it's a premium battleship, so you should be running a special captain. So this is very sexy. Okay, fine. And then you go into Adrenaline Rush, sure. Fire Prevention, into Manual Secondaries, into Secondary Range, and then finally into Emergency Repair Expert. Now this is sexy. This increases your DCP action time by 10%. Now again, go back up to here, 40%. It synergizes so well, that's how you get the 30.8 seconds of DCP time. So this is good. This is a very good build. This is a very strong build. A set for, again, doing as much damage as possible, but you'll also get a little bit of extra survivability. It's not
He's
bad.
actually sacrificing damage by not taking that other secondary related skill.
Which secondary related skill?
The tier 4 skill in the middle.
This one, close quarters?
Yep.
So close quarters actually helps your main battery reload if you're within secondary range. I kind of feel like most people when they play in Ohio are going to play a little bit farther away and only get in and use those secondaries when they need to make it work, as opposed to always being within range of that. So I would expect CasualTeaDrinker to be playing at medium to long range for a large part of this battle, if not the entirety. Close quarters combat isn't going to help there. I understand what you're saying. I just don't think it's useful.
I think it's fine to drop, but like it's not max damage because it's missing.
So if he's going to do that, honestly, he should drop manual secondaries, right? Because at that point, you're only using the secondaries to buff your main guns. And then you also go for the reload mod instead of the sniper mod.
I think at this point you might drop. Like, if you're playing it that aggressively, you're probably not gonna make use of the extra heal. Because you just expect to die and deal as much damage before you die.
You know, the thing about the Ohio is the heal comes up in 38 seconds. So
yeah,
you'll use a lot of those heals. So, anyways.
Yeah, I forgot how quick the cooldown is. I'm gonna admit it.
This is his build. Let's move on to flags. You've got anti-det, fire reduction, flood reduction, heal boost, secondary boost, consumable boost. The only thing you're missing, and ramming. The only thing you're missing is speed. And I'm surprised you've not taken speed, because speed with a battleship like the Ohio is really helpful. But okay, you didn't take it. So let's go ahead and watch your game. Do fires that are put out count towards potential damage? Sublimation, no, because that's actual damage you took. And when the fire is extinguished, there's no more potential damage because the fire is gone. Same thing with floods. You do take APR on Ohio. That's because you have Georgia to be your all-in secondary ship. Ohio retains more of a generalist flavor. That is true. You're trying on a tux. Well, okay then. Somebody is being fancy over here. Alright, Cthulhu, if you're okay with it, I'll leave you a cover my replay there so that I can remind myself to do your Allende game tomorrow. Does that work for you, Cthulhu? If not, I can refund the points.
1 DD, 1 submarine, huh?
And 1 carrier.
A lot of stealthy ships.
This is good matchmaking for an Ohio, frankly. Lots of cruisers to beat up on. A good number of battleships to, you know, smack around as well. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Cthulhu.
As long as the Immelman leaves you alone.
It's funny you mentioned that, as skip bombers are coming in already.
I like going after American battleships.
Why?
Because the bombs deal full damage and penetrate and don't shatter on the deck.
And because you can drop them from pretty far away so you don't have to deal with the anti-air?
Yeah, the anti-air is more of a minor inconvenience than an actual threat.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, Casual, here you go. First shot on the... No? Alright, you're gonna... No? What are you gonna shoot at, sir? Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick something.
You detected it anyway, might as well shoot.
Hey, Blue Falcon, thanks for the lurk mode. Stick around if you would. Thank you. Have a good night. So you waited till you were behind the island to shoot, so this enables you to not be detected as you fire on the Iwami. But the Iwami's kind of bow into you anyway, so yeah. I feel like you could have taken that first shot on the Rune way back when and still taken this shot on the Iwami and been fine.
Also, while I see it here quickly, these fighters placed from your Immelman, don't do this as your CV, you're just wasting your fighters. Like, yeah, I get it, you're spotting the enemy CV, but look at your ships, there's absolutely nothing that could potentially shoot the enemy CV.
Yeah, I'd rather he use those fighters to spot ships. beyond the carrier. Okay, Rune is coming up. Minnesota fired at you. Oh, Rune is game returning. Secondaries on the Rune. Oh, 6 overpens. You hate to see it.
Little bit too high on the enemy.
Yep. Now, Nate, this is kiting away, right? Same concept with the Des Moines. You'll notice, look at what CasualTeaDrinker's doing. He's actually stopping and reversing. Again, this controls the engagement. Because the Rune really can't do much about him. He doesn't care. He's happy to slow down. He's happy to reverse into the Rune. And meanwhile, his secondaries are on. And the Minnesota's going to get close enough for your secondaries to engage the Minnesota too. And if you get into real trouble, you can just hit W and get away. Rune is now going to hit the border. You got to take into account the bouncing part. Let's see if you took into account that correctly. Looks like you did. Oh. And Rune is still alive. Oh, never mind. He did. Ah, we got the Matrix going. Minnesota deciding he doesn't want to push. I wonder why.
Yeah, but that decision is like 2 minutes too late.
For the Minnesota? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens. Jason Mays, 420, thanks for the follow. Fortunately, that'll actually gives CasualTeaDrinker the opportunity to turn around, because if he does take anything, it's only the rear turrets. That minimizes the damage he could take. I like this decision. Look for the Iwami, charge the Minnesota. Absolutely.
If he did this turn a little bit sooner, he might have been able to keep his secondaries shooting.
I mean, he's about to get in range again. For secondaries anyways, because it's a Minnesota. Also, you did not reinforce sector. I would do that. You might get another plane kill from that. One of the reasons why I have reinforced sector set to the V key, V for victory. I'd be shooting the Iwami here and keep going north, but okay. Welcome back. How was the tux? Did it fit right? And that Minnesota is probably not gonna die from this, but should be quite low afterwards. Oh yeah. Good. Checking the Iwami. You'll note there's nothing else that can shoot him right now, so he's basically isolating his engagement. There's only one person that can shoot him. That's the Minnesota. And that's who he's looking at, so it works out. Secondary is on the Iwami. Good. Also, guns on the Iwami, because you're going to kill the Minnesota here. Bryson does it. Never mind.
Your CV is still trying to snipe the enemy CV.
Oh, good. That's just more damage for your team. I'm surprised he DCP'd that. Heal makes sense. But I'm surprised he DCP'd because the carrier's going to come around for another drop anyways. Although this is where that DCP mod might come in handy. You'll note there's still 13 seconds left on his heal. Runty, you mentioned this too, right?
Yeah.
No fire because of that.
That was too quick anyway. Even without the mod, it wouldn't have
I
gotten
agree.
the fire, I think.
I agree. It was pretty quick. Alright, good kill, good kill. Okay. I don't know what the chat is all about, but whatever. Did I miss something extreme? Oh. We won the battle. I apologize. I have to go and accept it and start a boss fight. Alright, come on, Stream Raiders.
kind of an interesting decision now here if you go south or if you go north. I think personally I would go north.
I would too. I like the idea of wrapping around the enemy. Going east here does allow you to get into the cap, and it does allow you then to get into the B cap after the A cap. Have I ever seen a ship hit something and flip upside down and still shoot guns and torps? One of your teammates did that? Oh my god, that sounds fun. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen videos of it. I haven't seen it with my own eyes in a game. It's a fun bug. Well, you missed the Harlem. Fortunately for you, you've got another salvo available. Now, the thing is with spotter plane, you typically want to aim a little bit lower than you would normally aim. So, I like that salvo. That looked good. And that is why you take artillery plotting room in an American battleship.
Damn.
Right there. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, that's why. Des Moines reversing into your salvo also looks sexy. Clinton was mentioning the flat butt Citadel. That did not impact him there, but I'll tell you, 3 penetrations for 13,000 damage. Ouch.
Yeah, but at this kind of range, you're talking more plunging fire.
Mm-hmm. Now you plan on the Des Moines running away because he took a lot of damage and all that. That's smart. And some more hits, not the kill, but you still got some more hits, which honestly at that range is pretty good. I would be happy with that. Yes, the 18-inch full pens do add up. Absolutely right, Cthulhu.
I'd still like to bring in fire from a different angle than the rest of your team.
That is true.
I would love being north.
I think if he was north, that Des Moines would have died. Because he simply couldn't angle to everybody, but it's whatever.
But if he dies, he can't heal up for him to get more damage, right? That's less PR.
Right. Oh, St. Vincent. My wife still hasn't responded to my text. Okay. All right, guys. 24-hour stream coming up.
Oh, if she's paying attention, she'll be texting you immediately.
She just yelled up that she heard that.
Yeah. I called that one.
At least you know she's still alive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I did ask her to start dinner a few minutes ago, but I guess she didn't see that either.
You stream 2 hours longer than your intended time. You think you're getting dinner?
I know I'm getting dinner, damn it.
Listen, there's a reason why the cars are parked outside and the couch is in the garage.
Arrange with wife's friends to have her dragged away on a shopathon, so Zathel will get his dirty water filled mega stream, but the shock will come later. Dude, that would be awesome. I like that idea, Cthulhu, and I will suggest that to her for maybe next weekend.
The odds is the credit card bill, right?
Sure. No, I won't sleep on the couch tonight. She can't sleep without me in the bed with her. Aww.
How cute, Sas still thinks he gets a couch.
The turnout here though, I'm curious about.
Yeah, I don't like. It's like he's purposely not wanting to get on their flanks.
Right. Well, fortunately for you, a Des Moines says, hello, push me in the face, so... That's coming. Absolutely coming. Here it comes right now. And... Goodbye, son. We knew that was coming.
I don't think the Des Moines knew it was coming.
Well, that's his fault.
I mean, it was either that or the AP rockets from the Richthofen into his broadside. So...
Kansas reversing feels very bad. Because he's going to do nothing to you, and you're going to do all the things to him. Also, reinforce sector. What did I just say, guys? Look at that. You just procced Halsey's talent. So you get a bonus to the reload of your main batteries. And my wife is telling me now that she has texted me. Let me take a look. Sure, that's good. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yes, not no, honey.
Kansas found his W key.
Yeah. Might be too late for him. 221,000 damage in the Ohio. Not too shabby, by the way. Oh, more than that, because you killed the Kansas. So the decision to turn southward is fortunate in that the Des Moines, the Kansas, and the Preußen are all feeding you. But you want more. You want the Immelmann. You figure you can...
I don't understand the Immelmann here, though. The Immelmann got the flood, he DCP'd, and then the Immelmann didn't come for him again?
I would actually be turning north again.
This is where he should be dead.
Yeah, you should be dead.
But the CV decided to leave him alive.
Well, the
So,
CV's probably
good for
seen a
him.
poison Veneto coming up to him
but
being
this-
a bigger threat.
Preußen's not a threat.
No, it's not. I mean, you got the DCP out, right, of the battleship. That's when you... Yes, now I can get the permafire. And then he doesn't go for him again. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Like,
Right.
these two battleships to the north closer.
You're right
but
back,
he's
guys.
behind
That's
the
the
island.
only-
None of these battleships on the north can actually shoot the Immelmann. The only one that can actually shoot him is him in the Ohio. He actually can.
But team play, the St. Vincent can get involved. I'm not saying it's the smartest decision, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Maybe we should try stop making sense of random players.
Never.
Apologies, guys. Had someone at the door. I didn't miss anything, though, so there you go.
Can't believe Boxy put that island in your way.
What a jerk. The nice thing is that the other island... Oh, and a time extension. Is that this island's going to prevent you from being spotted when you fire. There it is. Good. St.
If you
Vincent's...
were a real gamer, you would have waited with this salvo a little bit so you can get the Kraken.
If you were a Rob. I mean, it makes sense. But whatever, he took the shot. The other thing, too, is St. Vincent looked like his engines were out, so waiting a little bit longer might have also helped you adjust your aim. That being said, your aim was fine, so there you go. Alright. Let's take a look at your render, sir.
Worked out nicely. Not
did
how
work out.
I would have played it, but it worked out well.
Yeah, I think the big difference... I like you moving to the side here. You found the rune. Now, you turned out instinctively. That's fine, because the Iwami's over here. I was going to say, if you kept going bow towards the rune, you run the risk of showing broadside to the Iwami, so that's fine.
I was all fine except not taking that first salvo for whatever reason.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, now here, I would have continued to walk up the one line. You're going to secondary the hell out of the Minnesota. The Awami is behind the island over here. So there's really no threat to you. And even at this point, if the Awami wants to come out the island, you can smack him. Now, even though you didn't do it, now, again, is another opportunity to go up to the north. Right? Because if you go to the north here, what can you shoot? Well, you can shoot the Immelmann, you can hit the St. Vincent, you can hit this ball here, you can hit the Des Moines. You've got a lot of flank opportunities if you go up to the north. The
The only
problem...
downside is he makes himself the main target for the CV if he does it.
That's exactly
But
what I was fixing to say. You got it. He makes himself a target for that carrier. That's the only concern with going north. You just got Ohio. Okay, there's a flex.
I mean,
but
I'm
I
gonna
would
say
I
this:
would I would have
what's
still I would have still went north because your CV has shown a pretty good, like, he spotted like this enemy CV a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
you would have gotten shots at the Immelmann yourself and could have potentially taken it out. So, and worst case scenario is you can always turn around if it really gets
Mm-hmm.
dicey and
So
start kiting again.
T-Drinker says because the carrier was focusing on him earlier, he didn't feel comfortable pushing north. Okay, I get it. That makes
What do you
sense.
mean focusing? He dropped on you once, like with one squadron.
Are you sure it was once? I know it was the skip
No, it
bombers,
was. Uh, I guess it was twice. It was right at the start, the first, and then
right?
near
There's the
the
skip
second.
bombers.
but I mean, what's so important about going north? Most of the ships, minus the carrier that you pointed out, he can shoot from the south with island cover and
Mm-hmm.
not be the target of the carrier.
It's safer that
Because
way.
he
I do
didn't.
agree.
I said because he would have gotten better angles to
Yeah,
shoot from the north than he would have
You
from the south.
you
but there's
have
the second carrier drop.
18-inch shells, and all of this will be plunging fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like overmatch isn't a thing with plunging fire.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be considering you're coming down on their decks. Is what you're hoping for, not going through their entire superstructure.
So Puddin makes a good point. I mean, because the enemy team was so push heavy, you were
But pause,
able.
pause, 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 pause.
What?
Like,
What? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
go a little bit back. Go back,
I
back, back,
am.
back,
You
back.
tell me what you want me to talk about, and I'll get
Like
to that point.
if he just follows up with the Preußen here, like, and continue this push up there, I think it gives him better, like, overall in the team in a better position than being south.
Right. So now you have 3 BBs with 0 cross shots all in the same grid area. So all I have
That's
to
a
do
good
is angle
point.
in one area.
That's a good point because there's 3 battleships. Okay.
I
So
guess so.
because makes sense. Puddin's right. Okay. I agree. And that's gonna be game.
I mean, my attitude is if you just get a ship, granted, okay, you play BBs an awful lot. It's
Mm-hmm.
still a new BB to you. You've got to learn its, ins and outs. It's
Mm-hmm.
much better to play safer
Mm-hmm.
because you're not learning anything when you're dead except for how to type in chat.
That is true, Puddin. That is very true. Okay. Well, not a bad game in the Ohio. I don't know what I would title this. I'll have to think about it. You also get the kill in the Kansas because not only that, but you also got a really good hit on the Des Moines that was stuck butt onto you.
Wait, this is CasualTeaDrinker?
Yes.
Casual 200K?
There you go.
I mean, okay, at this point, the Veneto went into B first and then went up north. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess if he went north too, and all these battleships played still the same, then yeah, they are all in the same squad.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he was the first ship there though, so if he goes north, maybe the others don't go north. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to
You
tell.
can't control the other players. You can only control yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on it's better to be on the side of caution than not, especially in a new ship.
That's true. That is very true. Okay. You thought it was casual lead drinker? There you go, Silver. All right. Well, thanks for sending that replay in, Tea Drinker.